Hello everybody, welcome back to another LEGO review, and I am finally proud to present to you the summer 2020 sets for LEGO Ninjago. Now these sets, like I said, they've been out pretty much in June everywhere for the world except for us in US and Canada, and we didn't get them till August, and now we finally have them. So in this summer 2020 wave, we have a new season of sets, completely new sets, but we also have 3 new legacy sets. Now one of them is like a 4+ set, so there's no point in me doing it. I'm just going to do the 2 main legacy sets, one being the new Destiny's Bounty, and the second one being this one, the Kai Fighter. Now the original Kai Fighter was released in 2014, and is actually a much smaller set. It was a $25 set. This current 2020 Kai Fighter we have in Legacy is actually double the price. It is $50, but the size of it is a lot bigger and a lot more detailed than the original. Now I do not have the original fighter. I have held the original fighter because my friends actually have it. I don't know if they still have it today, so I didn't bother asking. But I can't, unfortunately, I can't hold the original Kai Fighter from 2014 to compare it to this one. But from what I've known, because I've seen the sizes, this one definitely tops the notch in terms of size. But is it any better, or does it have any flaws than the original? Well, we're gonna find that out today in this review. Let's get right with it. Alright everybody, here is the box. So this is a $50 set. So therefore the box is just as big as the J Stormfighters. I believe it's the same size, I think. And yeah, so this is pretty nice artwork of the Kai Fighter flying over New Ninjago City. And it's a set 71704 with 513 pieces. Top here just to show you the minifigures in the set. We'll take a look at those eventually. Here's the back of the box. Sorry for the glare. You can see all the spring-loaded shenanigans coming out. You can see there's a Nin Droid running with Lloyd charging right at him at full speed. There's a turret here trying to shoot down the Kai Fighter. And this just shows the Kai Fighter in the TV series of Ninjago, of everything else. And then, yeah, showing you other play features and the measurements and everything. Alright, so that is pretty much the box. Alright, the fighter, no very noticeable difference. The size, obviously I said earlier, it's a lot bigger, and just the color scheme, red, gold, black. What personally is one of my favorite color combinations of them all. It is definitely one of my favorites. This and J Stormfighter, because both are basically fighter jets, and they have the same $50 price. So I believe both color schemes work out magically in this one. Now this one is a lot bigger, but it's actually not too big. You can actually pick it up with one hand very easily, unlike some other models. There is a nice handle down here. There's a little knob. Well, number one is to help stand the fighter up when it's on the table or on the surface. Number two is when you're picking it up and flying it, you can actually hold just 2 fingers or something. It's a good handle for you to grab the fighter and just fly it around like that. It's done very well. Now, before we get into the actual details, you'll notice that the fighter is actually a little bit slanted. You know, the cockpit is kind of curved like this, and when you fly it, the cockpit is facing down. And this is one of my least favorite things of this model. Just like when you fly it, it's either you fly the cockpit like this and the wings are completely dipped down, or you do the other way and the cockpit is all the way down. I'm not a big fan of that. That just looks awkward, but of course when it's in landing position, makes sense. But thank God there is a way to fix that, and that is the main play feature of this model. You can convert this to flight mode by simply moving this up and locking in place. You can hear there's a clip. You can't really hear it, but there's a clip in there, so if I'm letting go, the whole cockpit stays up. Now you can always, when you land it, it cannot be like this, because as you can see, it's completely off balance. It's gonna throw it so well. That's why you need to bring the cockpit down and to balance it out, just like that. Now notice when I lift the cockpit up, the wings here also fold open. So that's like, I'm gonna assume it's the attack position of the fighter when it's like engaged in a firefight or something. But that's pretty cool. So I actually prefer the wings to be folded like this. So one more time, just show you notice how the whole gear here moves back? That is done very well. So I'm just gonna lock it like this. Voila, the wings are completely folded out. Very epic. Now the wings themselves, very nice build, very nice color scheme on it. There is, if you look underneath, there is 2 giant golden blades underneath, just to give, I guess that's to give the finesse and give the looks. Surely I wouldn't see this as a combat advantage. You don't really want to scrape the side of a vehicle or something just and not afford damaging your own wing that's needed to, you know, fly this thing. But apart from that, it's pretty nice. The tails here, these are sticker pieces. Very nice sticker pieces though. Like it complements the red quite well. It has the fire element symbol on it. Very nice. I mean, that's to represent this is Kai's fighter. There is a spring-loaded shooter, or actually 2 spring-loaded shooters in the middle here. I'm not gonna really shoot it, but that's to show that you can fire from there. And then underneath the bolts, you can actually see there's another sticker piece. More like this. I think these are like the lasers charging up or something. Now for this one, I believe these are also like missile launchers or something, but unfortunately, you can't really shoot anything out of them. So they're just there. There's another one right here as well with a sticker on it. So you're gonna have to use your imagination for that part if you're playing with this. Like, yeah, that's the part where you can't shoot it out. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but hey, it still looks pretty decent, so I'll take it. And then at the front, the main cockpit itself, I believe when you move this down, there's 2 like Technic pins sticking out. I think these are just like laser guns, if you think about this lore, but I think the true purpose is when you lift the cockpit up, it is just there to keep it in place so it doesn't go over. So that's pretty nice. You get 2 tinier wing flaps at the front, also with stickers on it. Very nice. Not quite sure what the purpose of these are. I guess these are to help balance out the fighter if it's at a very high altitude or something. But that gives, yeah, that still gives a pretty nice look. Yeah, pretty happy with it. It is adjustable. It has this little Ben 10 finger piece down there, so it helps to, I guess, not make sure this thing is, because this thing is pretty loose, and make sure it doesn't go all over the place. And then the main cup itself, very nice stickers here. At the very front, you got 2 katana blades. I guess that's just for the looks. That looks pretty decent on it, but I just feel like the entire front here is really long. And then for the cockpit itself, of course, you can lift it up and stick Kai right in there. Of course, there's only room for 1 figure, so it doesn't have to be Kai. Maybe Nia can be flying this thing, but mainly this is for Kai. You see there's the control panels right there. There's no like levers or anything on the side to control it, unfortunately, but yeah, so apart from that, overall, that is pretty much it for the fighter. So if I put this down, I have to put the cockpit down first, and then we just put this back on the surface, like that. There you go. So like I said, the configuration in this model is necessary. You know, when you're flying it versus landing it on the ground, you need to like therefore convert the cockpit. But yeah, definitely make sure you take advantage of that, of the conversion. It's very important. And yeah, apart from that, absolutely the designer nailed it on the design of this. This has definitely topped the original $25 2014 rebooted Kai Fighter for sure. So yeah, those are my opinions on the Kai Fighter. Now let's take a look at a couple more things in the set, including the minifigures. One more little thing, forgot to show you. Just here's the back of the fighter in case you're wondering. Nothing too fancy, but I know there's some people who want to look at this model like on all angles. So there you go, that's the back. There's one little small side build included in this set. It's pretty much just a little turret, which is spring-loaded once again. So this set has 3 spring-loaded shooters. This thing shoots out very easily. And I guess it's just a little turret. The whole thing is moved on a skeleton arm, which you can adjust forward, back, depending, you know, because this turret is manned by the Nin Droids, and I guess their mojo here is to shoot down the Kai Fighter. There's just this red katana on the top. Not quite sure the purpose of it, but I guess it's just for the looks. And this whole thing is, you know, kind of on a stand. You can lift this up if you want, just to, you know, stand it up like this. But the default way is to actually have it completely flat on the ground. These are probably just, you know, stamp it in the ground, make sure it doesn't recoil so much when it's shooting. There's a sticker piece right there, and then there, I guess this is like the battery that's powering this little turret. So not a bad side build actually. I'm pretty sure that this turret design is actually quite well. Big fan of it. Alright, minifigures. Of course, on the bad guys we have two Nin Droids. These are not the same Nin Droids from 2014. They have been slightly adjusted for rebooted. The other time we've gotten these Legacy Nin Droids was actually in the Thunder Raider set, which I also did. First review on this channel, by the way, go check that out. Yeah, it's pretty special. Okay, so this Nin Droid, he's got a pretty bizarre weapon here. It's like a chainsaw with an axe blade. Holy cow, that is some weapon. Nice torso print, shoulder armor, very nice. And then back, we take off this Nin Droid head mold has always been the same since 2014, so this is not new, but the rest of the prints here I believe are new. Here's his face underneath. Very nice. Oh, he does have a second face. I was about to say no second face. But I think they pretty much look the same. It's just the direction of the eye patch is different. If you like, depending on which direction of the eye you want it to be. So we cover that up. There you go. So that's Nin Droid number 1. Here's Nin Droid number 2. This one doesn't have a shoulder armor. And this one, but although the torso print's pretty much still the same, it's got a red sword right here. If we take this off, it's literally the same face, nothing too different. So yeah, so that's the two Nin Droids, the two bad guys in this set. And then our beloved ninjas in this set, we have Kai, of course. This is the Kai fighter, makes sense. Very large hair. I thought his hair would be a lot smaller than I thought, but holy crap, this hair piece is so big. Wearing a bandana. He's got two swords, and yeah, nothing too special. And then we have Lloyd once again. Okay, if you want my opinion, I don't think Lloyd needs to be in every single Legacy set, because the majority of the camera focus, because the majority of the Ninjago Legacy sets, like 80% of them have Lloyd in it, and we don't need too much Lloyd. We have Lloyd in Thunder Raider as well, so I believe we have too many versions of Lloyd, but hey, it's still another Lloyd. Still pretty good. He also has two swords, hairpiece, you know the gist. Nothing too special. So now, yeah, again, these ninjas are not new because Legacy, they stick to one. Oh, come on, camera, focus. Focus, camera. But Legacy sticks with one specific design, or actually two specific designs of the ninjas, like when they're in this form or in the actual ninja cloak form. So they're nothing new, but hopefully we can see more new designs in the future for Legacy, because this is getting a little repetitive, especially the Lloyd, and it's slowly getting annoying. Yeah. Okay, those are the minifigures. This is by far one of my favorite Legacy sets so far. A lot of people don't really like this set, a lot of people don't really care about Legacy. I really think Legacy is overestimated, and I really think this is one of my favorite sets. This and the J Stormfighter both are excellent, because I believe this, this total upgrade from the original, it's completely worth it. I am willing to pay the double amount of price that this has than the original to get this, because it just has the detail upgrade, and the play feature has always been the same like the original, but surely it doesn't fail to disappoint, and I really like it. Definitely. This thing, the Kai Fighter and J Stormfighter are both equally my favorite vehicles in Ninjago, and yeah. But this or J Stormfighter, because both are actually the same price, well, I obviously have to say J Stormfighter, but this is definitely one that you don't want to miss. I know a lot of people are going to overlook this set. Do not overlook this set. This set is definitely really good, and I'm going to give this set, in terms of my final grading, a 9 out of 10, because the only thing that's kind of bothering me is when you pick it up, and when this thing is not in attack position, the cockpit is just facing downwards, and that looks really awkward. So if I'm flying this thing, just rather have it, in completely straight in attack position the entire time. because I prefer to have it flat. But of course, when you land them on the ground, you need to tilt it, or else it's just gonna fumble over because of gravity. So yeah, not a bad vehicle whatsoever. I definitely think this is definitely worth your money, and I said go and get it now. And this and Destiny's Bounty are by far some of the best Legacy stuff we've seen for Legacy, and hopefully LEGO will continue to do more Legacy stuff, because I love nostalgia, and this is for the OG fans, for the nostalgic purposes. So yeah, it's welcoming. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more, because we will be bringing you more LEGO videos on the way. The next Legacy video that you're probably going to see after this one is the Destiny's Bounty for this year. So we'll see you there. Alright, talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.